how did you, because I haven't done it yet. How did you find MBA? Did that sort of make you a better leader? Like
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
learning
yeah.
about it, studying?
Yeah, for sure. So I think the MBA for me, it was a very directed topic for the MBA for me. So I did it in innovation and leadership, right? That was like the core topic. And the reason is because I'd experienced not so great leaders in my past. And so what I experienced was let's call it ergonomic, that's probably the right way, leader, where they've just outranked the person in the past, and over time they've just naturally been promoted due to a series of attrition or whatever it is, right? So they've ended up
Mm.
in a spot, right time, right place is what we'll
Yeah,
call
that's
it
it. Yeah.
normally. And as a result, they're really good individual contributors who's just managed to secure these really good gigs. Now, were they ever good leaders? No. And were they ever good managers? No. And as a result, they're just good individual contributors with micromanaging abilities, right? And so the biggest challenge was like, I don't want to do that in the future. And so that's what the
So
MBA allowed me to open up
well,
my perspective.
I guess for our viewers, is that something you recommend to look into? Is MBA something worth, if you want to become a CFO, you want to become a good finance leader, is it
Yeah.
worth looking into MBA?
Look, pre AI is when I did all this stuff. Now, could you get a Cliff Notes version of what we're talking about? Yeah, 100%. I think an MBA does allow you to talk to relevant minded people. So for me, I was in a good cohort. We had some real life clients to work with. And so I got to really apply my skills. So for me, it was absolutely worth it, but I think I didn't rush it. So I didn't do it straight out of uni, my MBA. I had waited till I was already in those leadership roles and ready to step up when I did my MBA. So very directed with timing. It added a lot more value when I had positioned that timing. If I did it too early, it wouldn't have added any value. I know people that went bachelor's, straight MBA after, and off they go. And I was like, that's the most useless degree because for the first 10 years of your life, you're just doing work and
Mm.
you're in the churn of it all, right? You don't get
That's it.
to apply anything. So really be directive with your timing. And same with the company directors, right? I waited, a few more years and then I did my company directors and I'm like, all right, this makes way more sense. But if I'd rushed everything, nothing would have made sense. Now you talk about so the, the leadership style, was sporting your biggest leadership influence, would you say? Like on how you've taken the team forward now? How did you structure your ability?
No, I mean, yeah, I guess growing up, sports has always been a big part of my life, and you see a lot of great leaders in the sports world. Well, one of my favorite players ever, Steve Waugh. I think he's one of the greatest leaders I've ever seen. Um, and I've taken a lot of my style from him as well, I mean, in the sporting field as well as in the work world as well. What I liked about Steve Waugh was he was a guy he was really ruthless, you know, but at the same time he took care of his team. I think that's what I sort of saw from him. Like he was a bit authoritative, but at the same time, he knew he had a good team around him. He made sure he had the right team around him, and together they went and achieved so much. And I think that's sort of what I aspire to as well. Whereas, like, was he the best player in the team? Maybe not, but I think he's one of the greatest captains ever played cricket. And I think that's the key. Like you don't have to be the best. It's about just getting the right team around you and performing and making a high, well performing team.